Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadowplay Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Make yourselves at home. And if you are returning, well, welcome back. As always, I'm sending you a big ol' hug and thanks for coming back to hang out with me, my friends. So, for today's reading, I woke up feeling inclined to do a good old-fashioned love reading. We are going to be checking into the current energy between you and the person you're dealing with, kind of to help you identify if you did pick the right group. Then we're going to be checking into what are they thinking? What's going on through their head at this moment? And also checking into what action are they going to take? What move? What's their next move? And then, of course, we'll be ending your reading with some advice. As always, friends, it's my hope that you hear something in this reading that resonates in your life and that you can apply in your real life off of the internet, and possibly help bring clarity to a situation that you already knew. Maybe you just want some validation or confirmation on something. And it is my hope you get that today, friends. All right, we have three options to choose from today. Option one, we have these beautiful geishas. Group two are these cute little clowns. And group three, we have a Sailor Moon situation. All right, friends, when you pick your group, I will be waiting at your reading. Hello, my group number ones. If you picked this sticker, then welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. As I said in the intro, we are going to be doing a good old-fashioned love reading today. We are going to be going over lots of things, including your current energy to help you identify if you did, in fact, pick the right group. Then we're going to go over what is your person thinking, what's going through their mind, what their potential next action or move is, and then, of course, ending your reading with some advice. It's my hope to bring clarity to your situation in a way that can really help you get through this in the best way possible, whatever your situation is. You know, the ebbs and flows of life, my friends. It has been a weird time for all of us. So anything to help us get through. All right, friends, let's get started. Angels, ancestors, spirits, and guides, thank you for allowing me to channel these messages for our group number ones. What is the current energy between my group number ones and the person on their mind, their person? What's the current energy between my group number ones and their person? You guys could potentially not be communicating. Someone here has gone cold. In a way where they like pulled their love back. Like there's love there, but it's not being shown. All right, thank you, Spirit. What's the current energy with my group number ones and their person? What's the current energy? All right, friends. Something's coming to an end. Whatever that is, it could be a phase in the relationship. It could be the relationship. It could be the way things have been for a while. There's something new that's trying to come in, but there's a real resistance to end a chapter. So this could be really anything, but it's a big chapter between you and your person. Someone here or between the both of you, something is coming to an end, but there is resistance. I'm not sure if you guys are talking right now. The communication, something seems blocked or it feels like it's not moving right now. I am seeing we have this King of Cups, so masculine energy, could be water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Heavy on the Scorpio vibes in your reading so far. Maybe that means something to you. But yeah, like I said, it feels like someone here went cold. They pulled back their emotions from the situation. And there's a feminine energy coming through. Possible air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, doesn't have to be, but it's someone who's real set in their boundary right now, and they're being very vocal about how they think about something. They're very clear on something. This feminine energy might be seen as being cold. There's a lot of cold coming into your reading, my friends. So I don't know if emotionally things feel like they're cold between you and this other person, but I'm cold is what I'm feeling right now. Spirit, what else can you tell us about the energy between my group number ones and their person? What else can you tell us about the energy between my group number ones and their person? Yeah, I feel like someone here lost hope in this situation. Um, Big Aquarius vibes coming in. So Scorpio and Aquarius, someone here can have that in their chart. Doesn't have to be, but it feels like death meaning end of chapter, something ending, and also mixed with a lot of thoughts. It's very heady. Yeah, someone's walking away, but the efforts feel a little hot and cold. I think that's what's leading to the delay or to the resistance. Someone here is fixating on something. I'm sensing someone is fixating on like a specific part of the situation they're holding on to and fixating to kind of the wrong thing or the thing that isn't helping contribute to the movement. Does that make sense? It's like when someone's basically, that's a long ass way of saying someone's focused on the wrong thing. Friends, sometimes my wires get crossed when when these messages are like coming to me like so quickly, and I don't even know what I'm saying half the time. But that's what I meant to say. It's like someone feels like they're focused on the wrong thing. Um, so quite possibly this Queen of Swords energy, the feminine energy I was talking about, that's like very direct in like communicating how like her stance is obvious on the situation. Maybe that's the person that's walking away because the situation isn't fulfilling anymore, but there is something about the efforts being a little scattered or a little hot and cold. It's like maybe someone here gets really excited to make movement, but then a few days go by or a week goes by, and then it's like, hey, what happened to that thing? Like if someone asks you, hey, did you end up doing it? And you're like, oh, yeah, I started to, but then I got busy with work and I decided to wait. Or like whatever it is. Like there's just something about it that the intention like is there and the initiative is there, but I'm just not really sure if it's enough to keep you like it's not looking right now like the effort is enough to keep you actually going with the momentum because there is kind of a slowing down or resistance to ending something is what I'm seeing for you, my group number ones. So if that resonated with your situation, then welcome to your reading. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. Now can we check into the person on my group number two's mind? What are they thinking? What's the person? What's my group number one's person thinking? What's my group number one's person thinking? What are they currently thinking about this situation? What are they currently thinking? All right. Man, the cards almost feel stuck together. They don't want to tell me what they're thinking. What's my group number one's person thinking about the situation? So, off the bat, it feels like they feel left out. They feel like they don't have enough of something. They do view this as a hardship. And there's something about their position in the situation. Maybe if this is a family, their position in the family. The King of Pentacles did come out sideways, so it could feel like they don't feel like they have enough to give right now, or that like they should be focusing on themselves. What's my group number one's person thinking about the situation? They're thinking of how it used to be, the good times. They're thinking about it feeling really good at one point. Yeah, I feel like this Queen of Swords might be you if you resonated with that as the person who's very clear. I feel like that's what they're thinking of, like balance and harmony. coming back together for the good times. Why the Five of Pentacles, Spirit? Man, there's that King of Cups again. So yeah, your person's showing up as that King of Cups in reverse. Why the King of Pentacles? Wow, there's a lot of people here. Maybe you're dealing with more than one person. Why the Nine of Wands? Lots of male energy. Why the Nine of Wands, Spirit? They're struggling. They're struggling with finding like their own independence in the situation is almost what it feels like. All right, my group number ones. So your person, what they're thinking of the situation. So they are thinking of other, it's interesting because I am seeing like other people are popping up here and they're masculine energies. So they're thinking about like not having enough love is what it feels like. Like it's either love that wasn't shown, maybe it was there, but it just wasn't expressed. But there's something here about lacking and not having enough, and they kind of feel left out of the cold. And maybe in return that made them go cold in a situation. There's a King of Pentacles coming through and a King of Wands. Lots of kings, lots of masculine energy, and there's an Empress involved. So I feel like there's a lot of male energy coming through. Plus, we have some other people over here. So there's definitely a sense where either other people are involved or I'm not sure why. Maybe that'll make sense to you. The signs I'm seeing are Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius coming through. Heavy on the Taurus and Aquarius and Gemini and Leo. Just thought I'd mention it. Maybe that means something to you. But there is a very confident, charismatic person coming through, very attractive, straightforward, maybe is a leader or at their job, like maybe people work under them or they even like own their own business. Maybe they have their own thing on the side where they get like, I was going to say looked at, but it's almost like there's people that admire them like in their lives, and they're hardworking and they're very confident when they go after what they want. They kind of just go for it. And it's also coming through with the energy of this King of Pentacles, which is the energy of like being a provider, like almost like a father figure or head of home, something that has enough to give is what I'm getting. Something meaning a situation that has enough to give. Maybe this person is very stable and very consistent. So normally I don't really read these as being the same person, but there is the energy of one is very consistent and one is very confident. So maybe that means something to you, but there is something here about a position in society or in their family. Both these people hold positions where other people are affected or involved. And they're also thinking about how they're just kind of like ready to give up, but it's like they've been through a lot. So they feel like they've been through a lot, or they're thinking about everything that they've gone through. And it kind of makes them tired. It's like they're realizing how exhausted they are from certain situations. They have thoughts sometimes of just throwing in the towel and giving up, whatever that means to them. I mean, we all have our days where we're like, you know what, I'm over this. I'm over this situation. I'm tired. And I feel like that's kind of where they're at, and they're kind of thinking about that. But at the same time, they're kind of working towards their independence or it's almost like slowly building their own independence when it comes to something. If this isn't them, then they're thinking about someone else who is working at being independent. So if this is you or someone else in the situation, and how like exhausting it is, like maybe they feel like that's kind of brought something into the situation, that it's like, well, you trying to find your independence has affected me in this way, and now like I don't know, it kind of feels like they feel like it's added to the stuff that they've gone through. So because everyone's situation is going to be different, you can take that as it applies to your situation. But there is something here about working hard towards independence and tied into the feeling of being exhausted and just kind of almost like battered. There's also dissatisfaction coming through as well. Someone here who isn't really taking care of themselves in the best way. Normally, they're very fruitful and very abundant, but there's something about being dissatisfied in a situation that's kind of bringing that down. And that's also something they're thinking of. So maybe they feel like they haven't really been taking care of themselves. There was a little bit of a like self-focus earlier when this King of Pentacles came through sideways. It's like maybe thinking that they should shift some of the attention to themselves and kind of like focus on themselves, because maybe they're just identifying like where they're currently at, where they're lacking. They're thinking about it. They're also feeling a little negative about where this situation, or there's something here that at one point they had wished to bring into their lives. Like they wished for something and I feel like they got it, but that led to either being disappointed or being a feeling of being stuck, a feeling of maybe complacency. Like it wasn't exactly what they wanted. Like they got what they wanted, but then it wasn't it. And it kind of left them feeling like negative about it. Like there's something about thinking negatively about something that they thought they wanted at a point in time. Like I mentioned earlier, they are thinking of the good times. They're thinking of reunion here. They're thinking how I feel like in your situation, maybe you guys haven't been in contact or communicating or seeing each other. Like there's something here about distance, and there's reunion vibes coming, and thinking about how the good times and how good it used to feel with this Queen of Swords. Like maybe you guys felt like you were on the same page, and it just felt like you fit really well together. But there's really like, it's almost like harmonious thoughts. Like these are the thoughts that I feel are on the good end of things. Like once they get past thinking of, whatever's going on over here, it's like they do end up thinking like good things about. I believe this is you, my group number ones, the Queen of Swords. So yeah, I'm not, there's something here that I think they realized that wasn't exactly they thought that they wanted at one point, and now, like I said, they're just kind of thinking negatively about it, but they're thinking about the good old times and a happy reunion of some sort. All right, my friends, let's switch decks really quick and let's check into their next move. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What is their next move? My group number one's person. What's their next move? I like how it says no talking, or like communication still came through. What's their next action, Spirit? What can my group number ones? What's their next action? What's their next action? What's their next action? There we go. We got that Eight of Swords to flip over, friends. That deserves an applause. They want communication, even if they think it might lead to an argument or conflict of some sort. I'll clarify in a second. They want to work together. They want to work together on moving forward. I think they're afraid of what you're going to say or how you're going to say it, my group number ones. Why the Ace of Cups, Spirit? Okay. Why the Three of Pentacles? And why the Eight of Wands? Why the Queen of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, why the Death reverse? Okay, my friends. So what I'm seeing here is their potential next move or next action. I think if they want communication with you, they do. I feel like they're kind of afraid of how you're going to say something. They think it might turn into an argument. So they're also thinking about that. But they're also thinking about how they want to renew emotions in the situation. I believe that they feel that emotions have gone stagnant over time. There's something about withholding, carrying emotion, withholding love, not having enough of it, and they're ready to renew it because they feel like they're ready to like implement things that they learned in the past. They're ready to change. Like they're ready to rebalance it out. There's a real sense of them wanting emotional balance with you and something about them learning something in the past that they're ready to apply now. And make it better. They want to get to it's very obvious to me that emotionally they're ready to renew and get to a better place with you. They really want to work with you at building something with you, but at the same time, this is coming with the energy of refusing to change something. They're gonna come through with a I'm sorry, group one. I'm hearing baby, I've changed. They're going to come through with the baby, I've changed. Baby, I've learned. Whatever it is. Baby, I'm not the same. I don't know. That's just kind of the energy that I'm getting. It's definitely probably not going to be in those words, but that's kind of what I'm feeling, my friends. And they're going to be, I want to work with you. I want this. I want that. But at the same time, Spirit is telling us that there is a chapter here that they haven't closed yet. They're refusing to let it go. It's not no longer serving, but they're still trying to drag it into the situation, the current situation. There's something here about them. I feel like they think that they were patient in waiting this long and in being like, I learned my lessons. Like I'm ready to move to a different level with you. But there's still something here about possibly they aren't either going to be consistent or a little scattered, I feel like, because they have a lot going on. They have a lot going on in their life. Maybe it's work, home, whatever it is. It feels like there's a lot going on and they haven't prioritized what needs to go so that they can give the things that they do care about their full attention. I'm not seeing, like, I want to be clear, I'm not seeing lies and deceit here. I'm not seeing anything that's malicious on their end. All I'm seeing is that they think that they've learned, but when it comes to it, I'm not really sure that that they really have, or that, there's an old pattern here that is still here. There's something about them prioritizing and really almost like clean your shit up, kind of like clean it up, decide what can stay, what can go, Marie Kondo your life or whatever. Like your priorities need to be Marie Kondoed is what I'm feeling. And that might be hard for them because, like I said, the intention is there to work with you and build with you. There is definitely, I see communication coming in, but they are going to be holding back because they don't want to come off as being hasty. So they want to come flying in. They are holding back, but there is something about them seeing through illusions and not being as scared as what they were before. There was something unknown to them or to the situation, and now they feel like they have clarity, is what I mean to say. Like, so if there was fear in the past before that they had about communicating or about something, there's something here about seeing through it, but at the same time, they're holding back. There's also this energy of someone who, be careful with your boundaries, my group number ones. I know you are showing up as that Queen of Swords, but I'm seeing here that when they do communicate, there's something about boundaries coming through. So take that as it resonates. Make sure that you are taking care of yourselves. And you're not I want to say you're not mothering situations that just aren't good for you. Not saying that this is or that this isn't, but I'm getting a message of self-care and boundaries and keeping those in place. All right, let me see. All right, that's all I got for you for their next move. My group number ones, let's check into your advice, and we'll pull the oracle cards with your advice as well before we wrap up your reading, my friends. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What advice do we have for my group number ones? What advice do my group number ones need to hear? What do they most need to hear for their highest good, Spirit? My group number one's highest good. What advice do they need to hear? What advice? All right. You got the Tower card. Easier said than done, my group number ones, but I am hearing don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of whatever needs to crumble, whatever needs to be blown up and fallen apart so that you can move forward or get to a better place. Whatever you deem disaster. Thank you, Spirit. What advice do we have for my group number ones for their highest good, Spirit? I love these. You have determination, which is being shown there as well. You have energy. We're going to put it there. Surrender to the Tower, yes. And confidence. I love that. All right. Those, by the way, I wasn't meaning to pull to put under the tarot, but those all fit so perfectly with the message that already is coming through for you. Thank you, Spirit. Can we get some love oracles for my group number ones? Can we get some love oracle cards for my group number ones? Thank you. All right. For the love oracles, we have it is safe for you to love. We have healing family issues, deception, and give your relationship a chance. So we will go over those in a minute. We'll go over those at the end. Let's talk about the tarot first. So there is something here about you kind of almost like defending and fighting. It's like, don't give up the fight is kind of what I'm hearing. And it's, you did get the determination card. And this to me, it's always like the hardest climb to get to the top of this mountain, to get to the top of the peak. But it's like, once you're there, once you're at the summit, like the view is so worth it. And you also did get the sun card at the bottom of the deck, which it's like, look, you got sunshine here. You also have wish fulfillment. You have a sense of, it's almost like keep fighting for what it is you want, what it is you believe in, what it is you truly feel that you deserve. There is an energy, there's either children in the situation and that's of a concern, or there's someone emotionally immature that you might be dealing with that is also kind of like being pointed out. Spirit also wants to tell you, like, you do have a wish fulfillment coming. So during this time, be careful what you wish for. Speak with intention. Think with intention. Put the energy out there with intention. Be very aware as to what I want to tell you is be very aware as to what energy you're putting out, because that energy is going to be coming back to you. So it's almost like make sure it's good. So when you find yourself going like, you know what I wish? I wish that blah, 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 blah. So make sure to make it a good one, because you never know which one's going to be coming back to you, because I do see that there is a wish coming back to you. This Tower moment, what you deem disastrous in a situation, maybe this is going to be something you feel as a sudden upheaval, or it's coming. There is a big change coming that you are being asked to surrender to. This is not in your control. This is, even if you try to resist it, I think it's still going to end up crumbling the way that it needs to. It's going to feel like your foundation is rocked. There's something here about your home, or there's something that's going to feel, or that already does, that it's shaky. But I feel like this has to happen, and you're being asked to surrender to it. I feel like during this time, you might feel like you're a prisoner of your own thoughts during this situation. But you're being asked to have the confidence that, like, I feel like that you can get through this, that it's all going to be okay, is what I'm feeling. Keep fighting, keep fighting. It's all going to be okay, even if it doesn't feel like it is. It's almost like it's a moment in time. Like, this too shall pass, is what I'm hearing. For your love oracles, let's go over those again. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So depending on how it resonates in your situation, we have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. We have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And then we have deception. Someone is wearing a mask in this relationship. So during this time, just make sure that you are being truthful about what it is you want and what it is you feel. That can come through as deception, because if we're not being truthful with what it is that we need, it's kind of like wearing a mask in the situation. When we checked in on your person, I did not see deception on that side of it. But if you feel like there might be deception, then follow your own intuition, friends. You know more than I do. Healing family issues. There is something here about healing. Again, with that moon reverse card that we saw earlier. There's something here about healing through a situation that maybe there was a lot of unknown with it. And again, if there's children involved, then this is going to take your time and energy into healing it. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So during this time, Spirit wants you to take care of your heart chakra. Like, keep that open. Don't close it off, because there is something about closing off love that was coming through earlier in your reading. So that's not a good energy to be in. And give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So maybe if this relationship, like, everyone's situation is going to be different, but let's say that this is a married couple, and they're entering a next phase of maybe separation or splitting up, or maybe buying a home, or I don't know, something really big that maybe has caused pressure and almost like added stress to how you get along. It's like, give it a chance. Like, let it evolve into whatever it's gonna evolve into next, is what I'm feeling. All right, my group number ones, I had to give it a moment and see if I was hearing anything else. I think that's what I have for you. So, my friends, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number twos. If you picked this clown sticker, then welcome to your reading. I am so excited to jump in and see what comes through for you. As I mentioned in the intro, we are going to be looking into your current energy between you and your person, this person on your mind. That'll help you identify if you did in fact pick the correct group, which I'm sure you did. And we're going to be checking into what are they currently thinking about the situation, what their next move or potential action will be. And then, of course, we'll be wrapping your reading up with some advice. We'll be doing some tarot, some oracle situations. Let's get started, because the party is going to be running at about 30 minutes with all of the stuff we have to go over, my friends. All right, let's jump right to it. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages. For my group number, not yet, Spirit. For my group number twos, let me take a deep breath. I don't know why I felt like I had to catch my breath with you, my group number twos. What is the current energy between my group number twos and their person? What is the current energy between my group number twos and their person? Spirit, what's the current energy between my group number twos and their person? What's the current energy between my group number twos and their person? What is the current energy between my group number twos and their person? Why the Seven of Pentacles in reverse? Why the Four of Pentacles in reverse? Why the Page of Wands in reverse? Why the Temperance? And why the Four of Wands in reverse? Wow. All right, bottom of the deck, it is important. I wasn't going to show it, but I will. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, which doesn't surprise me because there's a lot of heavy energy in your reading, my group number twos. And I think that's why I felt like I just had to take a deep breath at the beginning, because I was like feeling like pressure on my chest. And now I can see why, because it's a lot. I feel like there is a lot in your material world that has added to the imbalance in the situation. And what I mean by that, there is something here about, there's a lot going on in this situation. Possibly you both feel, or there's someone here feels there's been a lot of an investment in, and they are tying it into the devil energy, which feels very heavy in a way where someone here feels like they've worked very hard, invested a lot, almost like obsessively, without seeing a return. And at this point, they like do not want to see this as a waste of time. It's almost like they feel chained to it, because changing it or what they deem giving up on it would just feel like a waste of time. There's a need to prioritize here that hasn't happened or never happened. It's like too many things were going on and nothing was really flourishing, because the things that needed to go were not cut out. They were allowed to stay, and it just created an environment, maybe even toxic, with a lot. I'm sensing a lot of layers to your situation. So I'm going to assume that you and this person were heavily involved, and it's not like this to me does not feel like a casual connection. Yeah, I'm going to say that there's been investment put in here. So if you were inquiring about someone who you just met, or you don't have a lot of history with, a lot of investment with, then this is perhaps not your reading, because I'm definitely sensing here that there was stability in the situation. I'm seeing 2 4s come through. So you had a structure with this person, you had a foundation. It created a lot of comfort, but it also became a situation that both of you could have been holding on to just for the stability, not because it was flourishing. I'm not sure how long it's been going on for, but it feels like a while, just because I'm feeling foundation vibes. This was something so promising at one point. It felt very promising, very exciting, but it hasn't been working out, and it's led you or someone or both of you to want to throw in the towel and give up. There's been grief and loss in the situation. And I definitely feel like you guys are trying to shake off and out of I'm feeling very restricted here. Like lots of restrictions are in place in this situation. I'm sensing that with the devil energy and this Four of Pentacles. Even though it is in reverse, we're trying to shake off the things that were keeping us stuck, the things that we're holding on to out of fear. Almost like maybe even materialistic things, like whatever it is, and you're like stepping out of your comfort zone, and in doing that you're starting to finally process and release and get over something that felt like a loss or felt like grief. I feel like these are steps that you or both of you are currently taking. It's like you're taking it to be able to get over something. But again, this devil energy is feeling very chained up. I think you both may feel restricted in the situation, but it just, or obsessively thinking, or tied down, like you've tied yourself down to a feeling of it's been a waste of time, or all the investment, or there's something about a lot. Like you think about all the a lot, like whatever you have a lot of, or you put a lot into, if that makes sense, my group number twos. I am seeing a real want from both of you to bring balance into the situation. There is patience that is involved, but there's also taking, um, it's, it's going to sound cheesy, but it's literally taking lemons and turning them into lemonade. And maybe that's what you're currently focused on. It is going to require you to, there's other people involved that there might be conflict with. There's something here about conflict and rebalancing the conflict. So taking that conflict and turning it into something else. Taking whatever sour is there and adding sugar and turning it into something else. Like, you know what I mean? Adding honey. I don't know. But yeah, there's definitely a sense of when you do that, it'll be self-healing. You'll be like healing yourself. There's also something about taking on a new mentality. There's a new thought, a new idea, a new cycle coming in for you. When it has to do with your foundation that's feeling shaky, there's something here that was built on shaky ground, or it became shaky, and it's kind of shaking up your foundation. I'm sure you already know what that is. This new idea that's coming through, this new thought, this new way of thinking, it is something that was manifested. It's someone stepping into their power and doing it. If this is you, then this is you stepping into your power and manifesting, being like, you know what? This isn't the kind of home environment that I want to be in, or this isn't the type of community that I want around me, or this isn't the type of partner that I want, whatever it is. And you really taking charge of that, like you being mentally like, you know what? I'm going to start thinking about it this way, or without even thinking, I'm going to start thinking about it this way. You just kind of naturally start to think about it a new way. And it's something that you brought in and manifested. If this is someone else coming to you with a new way of thinking about something or a new idea, be open to it. I'm not saying not to, but just be careful about manipulation, because this is them kind of manipulating the elements to go in their direction. So that will definitely not apply to all of you, but I thought I would mention it for at least one of yous. All right, my friends. So that is your current energy between you and the person, your person that you're dealing with. Like I said, this feels like an investment, not a casual situation. So if this sounds like it's for you, then it's for you, my loves. All right. Now let's snoop into, what are they thinking? What's the person on your mind? What's your person thinking about the situation? Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What are my group number two's person thinking about this situation? Where's their mind at, Spirit? Where's their mind at when it comes to this situation? My group number two's person, what are they thinking when it comes to this situation? What are they thinking when it comes to this situation? All right, let's start with those for now. I will be pulling more. Wow, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. I say wow because then we also saw the King of Pentacles in reverse. So they're seeing this as something that just isn't working out. Yeah, here's the Ten of Pentacles. It's been long term. It's been a long term for you guys, for sure. I felt that. This wasn't no right swipe, we connected like last week. Maybe you did, but it was like years ago, maybe before there was even right swiping. Definitely. There's something here about long-term building. Long-term building and a decision to take, but a resistance. They're thinking that they're not ready to make that change, even though they feel that things are changing. They do have love in the situation, but they are confused. They feel like they need to focus on themselves right now, or they're thinking about self-focus. They're also thinking there's a feminine energy here. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini doesn't have to be, but it might be difficult to talk to this person right now. They're thinking about, because there's no like mental clarity when it comes to this person. Like I feel like they're conflicted themselves, and maybe communication isn't really happening with this person. That could be you, that could be them. There's this King of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo coming through, masculine energy, a provider, head of home, usually very reliable, very consistent. But right now they feel like they can't provide that, and they're like self-focused. They're thinking that they need to focus on themselves. So if that's you or if that's them, that could be them thinking that that you are focusing on yourself and you're not really reliable right now, or vice versa. Why the Queen of Swords in reverse, Spirit? Why the King of Pentacles in reverse? Oh, I see. Why the Ten of Pentacles, Spirit? Why the Hanged Man in reverse? Yeah, there is something about a new perspective, a new idea, something that they weren't seeing before, or they feel like they're missing something. The World. Why the World reverse? Like they feel like there's something they may have missed. Why the Wheel of Fortune? All right, and the bottom of the deck is the Fool card. Okay, so when it comes to this Queen of Swords energy, if you resonate with that sounding like it's you or that sounding like it's them, they're they're thinking that if this is you, they're thinking that you hanging out with the people you're hanging out with or talking to your friends or whoever's around you, they think that it's like overindulgent and not helping your clarity in the situation. Maybe they feel like you're listening to the wrong people. Only take it as it resonates, but I think they kind of view you and your who you're choosing to hang out with right now and party with, have dinners, like whatever it is, like get together with. I think they feel, or they're thinking that it's not helping you think any clearly on the situation. Very interesting message there. I also feel if you think that they are this King of Pentacles energy, and I'm going to refer to them as that because I just feel like you're the Queen of Swords and they're the King of Pentacles, but swap it if you need to, my friends. But right now I feel like they're thinking about how they need to self-focus. They need to focus on themselves because they know that they're undecided and they're not ready to make a decision that they know they're going to have to make. Like they're not ready to make any kind of bold moves yet, but they also feel like they need to focus on themselves, probably in order to make a decision. I did see something about being undecided when I was shuffling your cards as well. They're thinking about long-term stability. They're thinking about generational stuff, family stuff, being very stable. They're thinking of their coin. They're thinking about their home. They're thinking about how abundant they want that situation to be. They want it to be reciprocated, very give and take, but they have no problem being the provider. This person wants to be like a long-term stable provider. They want to be this old man, woman, person, whatever. They want to be this elder here who's freaking holding their staff and has probably gold behind them. So when someone comes and needs something, there's no problem providing that. Look at even the pets flock to them. It's like they want to be that stable person in the home. There's something here about them. If you're not in contact or if they seem kind of withdrawn, it was like a time for them to kind of work on their perspective on things. I'm not really sure if they did or not, because it's showing them kind of coming back into action. Whether or not they learned anything, I'm not really sure. But there is a sense here that during this time, they may have seemed like they were over it or checked out. And maybe they didn't use this time as well as they could have. Maybe they didn't use that time of introspection in the most productive way. Because there's something here about them being so checked out that there was opportunity that was presented during this time, and they may have not seen it. So this could be something that's also on their mind that they're recognizing. Like earlier I said, what did I miss? I think I missed something. I feel like that's them kind of just thinking things over. There's also a sense they're thinking about how they're not ready to close this chapter. There's something big that's coming to an end, but there's also resistance on their part to it because they want to come out winning. They want to be acknowledged, and they want recognition for who they are. I feel like this person really prides themselves in being the head of a home, of being the masculine energy, the leading masculine energy at home, someone who is very stable and consistent. They pride themselves. I feel like this person really, like, that's the position, like that's what they've taken on, and that's what they want to be victorious in and have a win in, and that's keeping them from being able to go with it and end whatever needs to end here. Whatever part of the chapter is shifting, they're kind of resisting it because they're thinking, I want to win, I want my recognition, I want people to see. They do know that things are changing, and they are thinking about how things are changing because they do feel a shift, and they do know that some things are out of their control and some things are just going to snap into place, and they really feel like this is going to bring balance into their lives. So it's interesting how they're not relinquishing control here when it comes to closing something out, but when it comes to Jesus taking the wheel, for lack of better words, when it comes to spirit taking the wheel, they're like, yeah, it's going to bring balance. It's going to rebalance everything because this person really wants everything to be fair, and they want everything to be right and balanced is what I'm getting. My group number twos. Let me see. So that's what they're thinking. All right, that's all we got for there. Let's pull a few cards for what their next potential move or action is. Thank you, Spirit, for all these messages. And like I said, we did have that Fool card at the bottom, so that does the Fool card with the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like they know that there's like a faded new start coming, but at the same time, they can't help but to resist it a little bit. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What is my group number two's person's next move? What's their next action, Spirit? What's my group two's person's next move when it comes to this situation? What's their next move? Oh, releasing themselves will leave. I feel like they're really going to try to release their own toxic behaviors or leave toxic things behind, things that aren't serving them. I don't see them talking very much. Let's see. What's my group two's person's next move, Spirit? They're going to continue to resist. Their next move is the world reversed again. Like you had it. Yeah, they're not talking, you guys. They're going to be, they're going to distance. Distance is what I'm feeling. I also don't think they're allowing themselves to look at, they're just going against the wheel, going against the flow of life. But they want balance. We have the Lovers card here. I'm going to put that under the Devil reverse energy because I do think that there is some, so the Lovers card and the Devil card, they're actually closely related, guys. And the Devil card is kind of like I'm not going to say evil twin. Let's call it the shadow twin to the Lovers. As you can see, both cards, this one has an angel and this one has the devil, which the devil is a fallen angel. But They both have a couple at the bottom. This couple is separated by a mountain, and this couple is chained together by chains. So it's like toxic and divine is what I'm feeling. So there's something here about trying to release really heavy emotions, toxicity, whatever it is, when it comes to this, situation, when it comes to this partnership. There's something about making a big decision as well, and they're trying to release toxicity when it comes to this relationship, or what they brought into this relationship. Why is the High Priestess reversed? Yeah, they're not going to be talking, guys. They're going to be I want to say isolated, secluded, withdrawn. That's the word, withdrawn. Why the World reversed? Why the Wheel of Fortune reversed, even though we already know? And why the Page of Wands in reverse, Spirit? Yeah, so friends, they're also like, just beware, because there's something about conflict and competition causing heartache and disappointment that's coming through when it's coming through their next action. So just be careful. If this person is withdrawn from you, just know that they're withdrawn because they're dealing with it on their own. So even if your bodies are sitting next to each other and this person feels like they're 1,000 miles away, they probably are, but they're going through their own process over whatever this is. Someone here is feeling very conflicted, or there is the energy of of what's, oh my God, it's like the world's easiest word and I can't even think of competition. It's feeling competition between people, and it is bringing heartache. So I'm not really sure, like in the sense of their next move or actions, but if this person is withdrawn, I'm feeling like they are very conflicted. Maybe other people are talking to them. I feel like other people are talking. And I felt that earlier in your, when they were thinking about you, and I said, I feel like they think that you're listening to the wrong people. I'm feeling like other people are bringing in conflict, and it's just adding heartache, more heartache and disappointment to the situation. So their next action is also the World reversed and the Knight of Wands. So they're feeling very hot and cold about closing this chapter. 1 minute they're like, yeah, it has to happen. I know. Okay, let's just do it. And then they're going to let a few days or a few weeks go by, and then nothing happens and there's no progress. And that's where the hang up is, because there's no consistent pushing towards actually closing this chapter. So it's just kind of lingering and lingering, and it's going to linger for a while, to the point where it's starting to mess with the natural flow of other things. So other things that are trying to fall into place and trying to come in and shift things around. There's an opportunity here, but it's also being met with a lot of resistance. Like there's going to be an opportunity that's coming up that might not be able to be jumped on because of this other resistance, if that makes sense, my group number twos. When their next move is also showing up as like lackluster, like lacking direction, lacking leadership, lacking maybe even confidence. So I'm going to go ahead and say, my friends, that their next move is going to be them just being withdrawn, resisting something, missing out on something, but it's just kind of part of their process. And this isn't what it's going to be like forever, but this is the next phase that they're going to be going through. So I'm not sure if during this time you're going to be talking too much to them, but from what my cards say, it's a no. It sounds a little quiet. And if there is conversation, it's not, I don't see it being anything that pushes forward. This person has this person has their own work to do, I feel like. And I'm sure we didn't check in on what you're up to, but, or at least not yet. We'll look at your advice. But yeah, I feel like this, my friends, even if your relationship or your involvement in the situation was a catalyst for this person to have to accept these endings and new beginnings. It's not your job or your fault or anything. It's just their own shit. It's life, you know? Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What advice do my group number twos need to know? Oh my God, you guys, do you remember when at the beginning I called this a casual love reading? And they've been nothing but casual. I think I called it a good old fashioned. I don't even know. But yeah, I've read the other groups and each one has been different. Thank you, Spirit. What advice do we have for my group number twos? Oh, I love this for you. My group number twos, I'm going to say it again. Be careful what you wish for. You are calling something in. I'm going to say it again. Be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. You just might get it. I see victory. There goes the fear again. Spirit doesn't want you to have fear in the situation. I know, easier said than done, but for reals, be careful what you wish for. The World card was upright. We have the Page of Swords. All right, there's something here. I feel like either you're going to be learning, keeping an eye out, watching, reading, getting news. There's something that that's going to be coming in for you that's going to be helpful for you. It's going to make you feel it's going to make you feel good in the situation, meaning like carrying forward. I'm going to put this wish fulfillment under the victory because why wouldn't that be a victory? Yeah, maybe something online that you're keeping your eye on or that you're going to be learning, but it's going to help you gain a new perspective. So it's okay to kind of just let things be as they are right now, my group number twos. Let them be, go with the flow, but during this time, you are going to be having a change in perspective. You're going to be having a new perspective on the situation, and I think it's going to be very helpful for you. There's something about you feeling very winning, very victorious in a situation. This wish fulfillment, you're very powerful right now. So you're going to be, it's a very good time for you to manifest comfort into your life. So whatever changes you want to make, like I said, be careful what you speak because it just might come back to you, my friends. I'm seeing recognition. I'm seeing like, man, yeah, I did that. I worked for it. I went to battle and I came back and I'm like victorious. There's a joyful closing of a chapter and starting of something new, and you are going to be a little in your head about it. Maybe you already are, but Spirit wants you to know that that's just your fears trying to talk you out of it, and your fears trying to talk you out of following through with this death. There is a death of something. There is a change coming for you, and it's okay because whatever is closing out for you, it's not meant for the future you. Like you went through what you had to go through, and now it's time to get to the next. It's like you're entering a next phase. You got energy, which I love. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What other advice do you have for my group twos? Rest. Yes, I just said that. Rest and growth. So with your energy, this is tying into this Nine of Cups. Be careful what you wish for. Last time I'm going to say that. But for reals, though, the energy that you put out there, you're very powerful, especially right now. Whatever you're conjuring up in your life, manifesting in your life, it's rapidly, the energy is growing. So just be cognizant and aware of what you're putting out. Rest. I'm going to put that with the Hangman because I do feel, like I said, don't feel like you actually have to, or you have to actively do anything right now. You just have to continue waking up every day, doing what you do, doing the best you can, and know that during this time, a new perspective is coming. You're going to learn something. There's news coming to you. I think it's a little exciting, but do your research. Like, don't and I'm not saying don't trust it. I'm just saying pages aren't the most knowledgeable, even though they carry a lot of communication. So just if it's something you want to follow through on, just do your research. But there is something new that's coming in that you are going to be learning from. We have growth here. I'm going to put that under the death card because I do believe that this is only going to lead to your growth. The block I see here is just self-doubt or just like your own fears, like trying to come through. Thank you, Spirit. Can we please get some cards, some love cards on the situation? So even though it has to do with, we did start the reading off having to do with another person, this is turning around to you and how you can help close this out. We have unrequited love. There is not enough attraction or chemistry in the situation. So this card to me, like, I don't necessarily resonate with this card. This to me feels like in the situation, someone didn't feel like they had enough of something. Whether or not they did, I feel like that was more of a perspective thing, or maybe someone felt like something wasn't as reciprocated, but take that as it resonates. We have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. I'm going to put that there because that is total hangman vibes. There's no action for you to take right now. The action that you're taking is very much on a mental level. Like you're learning things, you're keeping strong, you're focusing on what you want to manifest. Maybe you're even working with the moon cycles to like bring things in. Maybe you're doing rituals or doing some kind of magic on your end. Just know that whatever it is you're doing, it's definitely going to keep growing. Then we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work. And I do believe that because you did have the Wheel of Fortune and you had the World card. There's a little bit of a hang up and a little bit of a slowing down on your person side when it comes to wrapping this up. But as for you, I feel like my advice to you is if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And I feel like that's what you're doing, my friends. I actually really love this for you. All right. And so, my group number twos, that is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number threes. If you picked this Sailor Moon Geisha sticker, then welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. Today's party is going to be about 30 minutes long just because we have a lot to go over. We are going to be going over your current energy between you and your person. That will help you identify that you did indeed pick the right group, which I'm sure you did. Then we're going to be looking into what are they thinking and then what their next move / potential action could be. And then, of course, we're going to be ending your reading with some advice. It is my hope that you hear something today that will help you bring clarity to your situation. But also know that only you know what's going on 100%. So only you hold the answers that you truly need, friends. Just hope that I help confirm or, like I said, help bring clarity to a situation. Let's get started. Angels, ancestors, spirits, and guides, thank you for allowing me to channel these messages for my group number threes. What is the current energy between my group number three and their person? What is the current energy between my group number threes? All right, we got a lot. We're only going to take one. We'll take the Nine of Swords in reverse. What's the current energy, Spirit, between group number threes? That did want to come through since the beginning. And their person. What's the current energy between the group number threes and their person? All right. It starts heavy, but then it ends light. Let's see. The Knight of Cups keeps coming out sideways, so we'll just remember that when we talk about him. He has to do with being presented with romantic feelings, someone presenting feelings. It did come out reversed, so that means some of you, someone is holding back from sharing their feelings. For some of you, it means someone did share their feelings, and it did bring healing and happiness to the situation and this partnership. I think someone came forward and spoke on how they felt about about this partnership, and it did bring happiness. It was very feel good is what I feel. But the beginning part of your reading starts with you were at one point like stressed out, losing sleep, and then you just kind of started to release that. But you also released hope about a foundation. But it seems like just when you did that, something changed. Someone stepped forward and changed it. Very interesting. Spirit, what else can you tell me about the current energy between my group number 3s and their person? What else can you tell me? Yeah, I feel like someone here had lost hope because someone was holding back. But at the same time, I feel like you started to like move past that. But at this, okay, kind of difficult to put into words, but it's like I'm seeing like you were no longer losing sleep over it, but at the same time you weren't moving on. You were like, no, it's not, I haven't learned everything there is to learn here, or I haven't seen this through. Like you weren't ready to move on from it, but at the same time you did release some of the stress that was coming along with it. I do see that maybe at one point you felt hopeless that someone was going to step forward or share something. You felt this person was holding back. There's lots of Aquarius energy coming through. What else? Leo, strong on the Leo vibes and strong on Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, but those elements are coming through. I think maybe if you didn't feel like you built a foundation with this person, maybe you saw that as like the situation was too shaky to be able to have something stable with them or to get to a milestone together. And you were feeling like there's a real sense of holding back, like out of fear. There was fear here, but then this is showing me like someone ended up sharing their feelings. For some of you, someone shared their feelings. For others, if they haven't shared their feelings, I mean, either way, there's happiness showing up in your reading. So there's something feel good here. Let's see, this Knight of Cups. Yeah, this person feels, oh, you guys, this person feels like soulmate energy. Like you've known them before. You could have literally like known them from your childhood or grew up together, you know, but it doesn't have to be. This could also be someone that you've like known in another life, like made a contract with before you guys came to Earth this go around, and we're like, we're gonna meet up because there's love here. There's something that maybe in the past in the partnership wasn't working. Maybe you guys were working towards building something and it wasn't working out for whatever reason. I think maybe communication was a problem, or someone holding back, maybe holding back how they truly felt. So if someone hadn't shared romantic feelings with you yet, that was holding everything up. It's almost like you couldn't build anything solid because that hadn't been expressed yet. Someone was really holding back how they truly felt. Why the Sun card, Spirit? Yeah, you no longer... I don't want to cry, but I might cry. Your reading is very beautiful. Yeah, there's happiness here because you guys, you don't feel left out in the cold anymore. You're not separated anymore in whatever way you felt separated before. And I'm going to go ahead and say it was like emotional separation, because there was something here that hadn't been said, hadn't been expressed. Basically, yeah, someone being like, yeah, I fucking love you, or I care about you, or I see us being together, like whatever it is. There's something very beautiful that came through. But before that, things like weren't able to progress because it was being held back. Oh, I love this. I love this for you guys, my group number 3. Who are you? I want to know. I want to know the details if you resonate with this. All right, friends. So yeah, if you resonate with that, then welcome to your reading. Let's see what else comes through. All right, so now that we know a little bit about what's going on between you guys, let's check. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What is my group number 3's person currently thinking about the situation? Where are their thoughts at, Spirit? Where is my group number 3's person's thoughts on the situation? What are they thinking when it comes to my group number 3's? What are they thinking? It's funny, it's like they're still thinking about holding back, or like when they were holding back. Makes them feel like they weren't in their power. So they're thinking about communication and like things moving forward. It's interesting because like the Eight of Cups here speaks of like walking away from things that aren't fulfilling for us, but when it's reversed, it's like showing that they also feel like they haven't learned everything, and they know that it's because they've been holding back. They're thinking about, I think that they were keeping themselves out of their power. Okay, so there's two queens showing up here, the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. So this is almost like I'm kind of feeling like they didn't know what to expect out of the situation. Like maybe they didn't know how you were feeling. Maybe they thought that you didn't know how you felt, or that there's something, I feel like it was just like hidden emotions though. And there's something here about they were waiting for the right time. They're waiting for something. Very interesting. I do think that they feel like them holding back communication or talking to you about something led you to be like emotionally like unsure in the situation. Either they thought that you were unsure, or they think that because maybe they gave you mixed signals because they weren't fully communicating, even though I'm sure their actions, because it's like, hello, you can't hide it, right? Why the Eight of Wands, Spirit? And maybe they thought that that just confused you. Now they're just ready to be like, oh my God, this person is like, this person's funny. I feel like they're like ready. They're like, I'm ready to love. I'm ready to show my love. My love is deep for you. I care a lot is what I'm feeling. It's so funny. Queen of Swords in reverse. And I only say it's funny because when we started off, this person was really held back. And now they're like ready. Why the Queen of Swords, Spirit? Why the Hermit in reverse? Oh yeah, they're ready. They're ready to not be away from you. Why the Magician in reverse? Why the Ace of Swords in reverse? Yeah, they're set on you. You guys, they're set on you. I don't know how you feel about it because we're not checking in. We're not checking in on your feelings or your thoughts, but we're checking in on them. And so we're going to talk about that, okay? So this person is convinced that they're like, they care very deeply about you. My initial, it would have been irresponsible to just blurt out they think they're in love with you, but literally that was going to be my first thing that I said. But you know, that doesn't have to be the case. They're like ready to communicate. They're ready to move forward. They're like, yeah, you know, maybe it was even like a self-realization, like, oh shit, I'm like in love with them, or I care very deeply for them. Maybe this person doesn't recognize that as love, but they feel a deep connection to you on a soul level. They recognize you as someone that probably feels like home or feels very familiar to them. There's something about the situation that wasn't fulfilling to them before. but they weren't ready to walk away because, again, I feel like they knew that their lack of communication and their lack of stepping forward and moving forward, bringing this to you, like communicating this to you, was leading you to possibly be confused about how you felt. Like maybe they knew they were giving you kind of mixed signals, and it kind of left you like they saw it as being emotionally unsure. And maybe that is how you were feeling. Maybe that's not, but this is what they're thinking. They also were thinking about how they knew it just wasn't time and they were waiting for something to happen. I think they were waiting for a moment, maybe when they just got the courage. I don't know. I don't know how your situation went down, but hit me up and let me know because I'm curious. They were waiting for something and they knew it was going to be happening. They knew it was going to be coming in. It's like they could see it. So maybe that's why they weren't saying anything, because there was like a time factor involved. With the Queen of Swords in reversed and the Death card, I feel like, I'm not sure if you resonate as this Queen of Swords character, but this is someone who maybe also wasn't speaking their full truth. Like truth needed to be expressed, and now they're thinking that you're also ready to let that chapter like die. Like there's a big shift coming, and I think that they either know you weren't speaking your full truth, or maybe I really do think that they also thought you weren't fully speaking your truth, or they thought that you weren't clear. It's like there's also like something about, they were also probably not 100% on how you were thinking or feeling, but they also knew that them holding back wasn't helping. They're thinking about how they're ready, and probably like the whole situation is ready to let that part die and let the new phase begin. They're really excited. There's, excitement, there's passion that they want to they're ready to end this hermit phase. If there's like a separation or something, like they're ready to come close to you is what I'm feeling, and they're really excited about it. They see this as a very good opportunity. They're also thinking about, there's something that they either feel, okay, so take it as it resonates. I'm getting two stories, okay? I'm kind of getting the vibes that this person is so into making things move forward and emotionally getting what they want, which in this case, it's to be close to you, or to have an exciting situation with you, that they might like manipulate the situation to get to this lover's place. There's something about coming into union, but them willing to manipulate the elements around them to make that happen, because they're really set on it. There's something about them being set on an old idea. Very interesting. Maybe they're not letting in any new, I don't know, there's something about an old thought cycle that's like kind of manipulating things when it comes to reuniting with you. But they really want to make it happen. My group number 3 is they want to make it happen, is what I'm getting. They're ready to put an end to whatever this current phase that you guys are in. If you're still in it, if you're starting to feel the shift that things are changing, maybe they reached out, maybe you guys already had a conversation, maybe there was a text message, a DM that came in with a different tone. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That was like, oh, and today's the day that things are changing, I see. I don't know, my friends. Either way, it feels like you're entering a next phase of this situation, and it feels very exciting. So I hope you're having fun with it and making decisions based off of what's best for you, my group number 3s. All right, let's check on this person's next move. What are their possible actions, Spirit? My group number 3's person. What is their next move? What is their next move? To bring happiness, not leaving you, creating comfort with you. What's their next action? Yeah, okay. these are all great cards. They are, but there's lots to unpack here, my friends. We're not going to ignore that that 10 of Cups did come out sideways. We have the 8 of Cups come out reverse. We also have the 9 of Cups coming out in reverse. The Emperor, the Empress. Listen, if this is not going to be for everyone. It's not. It's only for a specific select few. But if you are someone that can get pregnant, and that is a possibility, then that is something that they're thinking of. Like, they're thinking of family with you. But it's okay. But the energy is showing up as almost they're set on this idea. It's like they're set on the idea. And remember that earlier I said something about like, be careful because they might be manipulating things to go like their way. So just, you know, as I said, if you're on the same page, then it's a beautiful thing. But because these cards are coming out reversed, I just kind of have to address that feeling that I'm having. This person is like, no, I'm not leaving. This is my person. I see my family, my future, my home, my kids, my pets with this person. This is a wish for them, but it is in reverse, which is telling me they want to build a comfort level that might become like a comfort zone that's restrictive. And you are this Empress. You're this beautiful, fertile being ready to give life to anything. You start a project, it's gonna bloom. You set out to do things, they bloom. You plant a garden, it blooms. It's like you're very fruitful in that way. But there's an undertone of dissatisfaction with this masculine. There's divine feminine and divine masculine. So this partnership really does seem like it is rooted in a lot of amazing and beautiful potential. But there is a shadow aspect here that either this person or you haven't learned yet. And it's going to feel a little karmic because if you haven't learned them before union, you're going to end up hitting these roadblocks within union that is going to possibly manifest into a pattern of a relationship that isn't very healthy over time if neither one of you are putting, actually both people have to put in the effort to grow through these shadow aspects. So it's a beautiful reading. Don't get me wrong, my group number things, it's absolutely a beautiful reading, but there are things that I can't ignore that Spirit wants me to tell you. Yes, this is a beautiful partnership. This might feel like this is your person, but please know that there are things that you individually need to work on so that you don't end up feeling like you're stuck in a cycle of just, I see dissatisfaction. I see, and I see a masculine not really leading, just kind of plowing forward, set on an old idea, and maybe even a little stubborn to refresh those ideas. I mean, there's happiness here and there's family, but it might lead to feelings of like, I'm saying like, releasing burdens, like feeling overburdened in a way. Yeah, there's a sense of time. So keep in mind, this is their next move. And this is just like, I just kind of saw where this is kind of like heading. So for those of you that they haven't expressed how they feel yet, they're holding back their feelings, but they're not moving on. They just feel like it's not time yet. Maybe this is something that started off as a friendship. Right now, that at one point that was a wish. The friendship, like getting the friendship there or something like that. But right now it's blocked. There's like something that had potential that didn't end up working out. It's interesting. Yeah, you know what? Let me keep going. Hold on. Emperor. Why the Emperor reverse, Spirit? Okay, so we're still talking about their next move and their next action. So there's something here about So like I said, this could be someone that like started off as a friend, or maybe you guys are still friends right now. It hasn't like fully transitioned, but they do see this future with you. But I can't help but to point out that there's something here about the vision that they hold or that they're thinking of. It's either they can't bring you into public recognition yet because it's not time, or you're going to be feeling dissatisfied over how you are recognized in this situation because you are this Empress. It's really interesting. There's something about not bringing things to light, not bringing things. So I think this might be another story, or maybe it's still resonating. I mean, these messages are for you, so they'll make more sense to you than they do for me, because as I go, I'm just kind of hearing different things. And there is a sense of dissatisfaction of how the public views you. The public meaning the community or those people around you. There's something about not being seen or not being recognized. This Emperor is also not, like I said, masculine energy, but not really operating in their power. They're just kind of plowing through, and they might say things in a way that they don't mean, but the way they come across causes conflict. And it's not like, it's just kind of conflict that lingers. It's like you think of that one time he said things and it sounded like that, or yeah, like things start kind of building up like that is what I feel like. Maybe that's also something that you know about them, but it is coming up. And like I said, has great potential, but it just seems like there's something that it's either not time yet and there's still individual work to be done. Someone here is seeing a decision that needs to be made. They're undecisive about it and they're ready to release the burden over it. I'm not sure if that means they're ready to make a decision, but they're just ready to not be burdened by having to make this decision. So maybe maybe you already know what crossroads they're at or what it is that they're deciding between. But yeah, that's their next move. Their next move is definitely happiness towards you, but it's almost like manipulating it to go in their favor. My group number 3s, and maybe you know this person well enough to kind of know what I'm talking about when I say that, if that does resonate with you. Lots of potential, but you know, friends, you can't commit to potential. You got to see something else, you know. You got to see some action towards the direction you want to go in. And like I said, as long as you're operating in a way that also feels totally authentic to you and what's best for you, then you're doing the right thing. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What advice do we have for my group number 3s? What advice do we have for my group number 3s? What advice? What advice? There's lots of 3s here about community, building, friends, perhaps getting together with friends. There's more soulmate energy. Right there. Lots of, I'm telling you, I feel like lots of friendship vibes coming through for some reason, with collaborating and getting together with people that fill your cup and don't deplete it. Here's this the 9 of Cups again in reverse. Be careful of your comfort zones as well. All right, so definitely, I see you definitely moving forward. Like there's something about letting something go, letting a chapter die, and you moving forward with purpose and with conviction. Like there's something very strong about the way you move forward. So there is recognition here. Again, the 6 of Cups, there's nostalgia here. There's good memories. There's feelings of happiness and love when it comes to someone. Very soulmate energy. Like I'm telling you, if you're into that, I feel like this isn't the first life that you've known each other and that you've shared an experience together. And there's something about you coming to a new understanding of that. There's a new perspective, a new idea, a new way of thinking that you have of this love, this connection that you hold in your heart. You're ready to move on. You're ready to drop the BS. It's weighing on you too much, thinking about feelings that haven't been expressed. There's something here about dropping the burden when it comes to feelings that haven't been shared, like romantic feelings. And I feel like you're being encouraged to right now lean on your friends, lean on people who like vibe well with you. There's something here about collaboration and working with others. The number 3 seems significant, so maybe that's the number of people involved. Or maybe you've been seeing the number 3 a lot as well. I love that because it's so like synchronistic about you collaborating with other people, you being around other people, you, like I said, getting your cup filled and not just like depleted. I feel like maybe the distraction will do good, and maybe there'll be some kind of work collaboration that comes out of it that feels really good. There's with this 9 of Cups in reverse here, I'm kind of feeling like there's a level of comfort zone to look out for. Like maybe you did wish for something, but that's actually kind of kept you in a comfort zone when it comes to opportunities. There's something here about work and friendships that are coming through. They do seem to be blocked, but I feel like that has more to do with your comfort zone with it. So you are being encouraged to just kind of look that over, and you are being encouraged to let go of any cycles that aren't serving you anymore. Any cycles that feel done, it is because they're done and there's something new coming. And I do see you moving forward with that. Let's pull some oracle cards for you. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What other advice do we have for my group number 3s? Space, magic, and frustration. Yeah, I do think that you've been frustrated in this situation. If there's been feelings held back for too long, you're feeling frustrated, and you're encouraged to take space from that. Take space from this person that you're dealing with, just momentary, just kind of as a break, and hang out with other people. Lean into your friends if you have those close friends around you. We also have magic. Believe in the magic that can happen. I feel like you're manifesting something, or you did. So it's like, just know that you're continuously doing that by what you put your energy into. That's kind of what you're attracting. So remember your own magic here. Let's pull a few love oracle cards for you. My group number 3s. I feel like we went on a roller coaster ride, and now I'm like on the come down. I'm going to need a nap after this one. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages. What else can you tell us about my group number 3 and that person? Oh, I love this because it fits with space. Like, take a break from this situation. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So whatever you've been giving your energy to, bring it back. Take a moment. Step out of that is what I'm feeling. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Take that as it resonates. If there's any forgiving or learning you need to do, maybe things are getting triggered as well in this situation. Like I said, there feels like there's a undertone of manipulation going on from the other person, not because they're lying or cheating, but because they really want this and they want things to go their way. And maybe that's something that in the past you have struggled with in past relationships, and maybe there's also some growth that is being triggered there. And we have flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. A reminder, my friends, not to be so serious. Don't be so serious about this. If this person hasn't told you how they felt, it's coming. Like, I don't feel the connection is going anywhere. It's not disappearing. If anything, I see it shifting, and I see you moving forward. But also Spirit doesn't want you to 100% give this person your energy, your precious energy. There's something here about you acknowledging what this is and being okay with it and letting it take its time, letting it run its course. Like I said, I do feel this person is definitely intends on heading your way. If they haven't already, they will be, but just be ready. Be ready, my group number 3s, because this person didn't come to play. But also keep that in mind, because if something doesn't feel right, then only you're going to know, you know? Don't ignore that. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.